Today is March 21st, 2026. It is 6:50 a.m. So before the kids get up, let's do some more recording. The first video I did for PYTE, it's leftover tweets that I came across regarding Meghan attending the Alliance for Children. All right, so here let's just continue. We're gonna talk about some Andrew Epstein file and Israel, this type of thing. So let's go on X. First tweet. All right, so I thought this was interesting. Exclusive. The cover-up exposed. Leak report reveal Dame Priti Patel blocked the FBI from questioning Prince Andrew over his link to Jeffrey Epstein. The FBI had documentary evidence suggesting he knew about sex trafficking, but the UK Home Office shut it down. So I'm assuming that was during 2020 when she was in office. The most shocking part, it's alleged Priti Patel used the Prince Andrew as a bargaining chip, refusing the FBI interview unless the US handed over Harry Dunn's killer and Sokolis. Okay, I do not know anything about that. Let me pause and look for some. Let me pause. Okay, let's see here. Anne Sokolis is an American citizen who, in 2019, killed 19-year-old British motorcyclist Harry Dunn by driving on the wrong side of the road outside a U.S. military base in Northamptonshire, UK. The case gained international attention due to her immediate departure from the UK under claimed diplomatic immunity, sparking a major diplomatic war, a long legal battle, and criticism of both British and American authorities. The incident date and location, August 27, 2019. Harry Dunn was riding his motorcycle near RAF Groton, a U.S. military listening station. The cause, Sokolis, whose husband was a CIA employee stationed at the base, had just left the military base in her Volvo. She was driving on the wrong side of the road, approximately 350 meters on the wrong side for 26 seconds before colliding head-on with Dunn's motorcycle, causing it to burst into flame. Immediate aftermath, witnesses reported that Sokolis admitted fault at the scene, stating she was disoriented. Okay, so that's the story. This is the first time I'm reading about it. So Patel used that, okay, as a bargaining chips. Okay, so what happened? Did the US hand over, or they just let it go? They cancel each other out? I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't agree with the Prince Andrew thing, but when you think about it, all right, because you protect your own. Again, some of you might disagree with me on this part because of what Andrew have done to children, but you protect your own. So she used that as a bargaining chip. In a way, I don't know. I think she did good with that, to not hand Andrew over, because Andrew is a citizen of the UK. But please don't come after me. I am completely disgusted by what Andrew have done. Okay? But in her position, that's why there's usually many branches to different things. But in her position, I think she did okay to protect. I'm just saying, okay? But anyway, I'm expecting you guys to come after me, all right? But in her position, her job, she protect the institution, her citizen, and things like that. So despite, oh my God, you guys know how much I talk about the Epstein file and things like that. I'm against that completely. But in her position, I don't know. Let's continue. All right, so this is what Harry Dunn's killer and Sokolis is all about. A U.S. citizen literally accident happened and killed a British citizen. So they wanted that person to come to justice in the UK. So instead of handing over Andrew, but then again, when you look at the level of things, it's not equal, because one died, and then Andrew have done a lot to children. Who knows, some of them have died. We will never know. But anyway, let's leave that alone. While the victim wait for justice, the Home Office was playing politics. Now the Met is circling as the Epstein files finally blow wide open. Is this the biggest royal cover-up in modern history? I don't know. The thing is that it's still ongoing. They never try to get to the bottom of it. That's the problem the UK is having with Andrew. They think paying it off to shut people off, kill people, the thing is still there, instead of getting to the bottom of it. I talk about how Andrew, during the Virginia Godfrey thing in New York, how much he has done to try to prevent the thing from going to trial. And eventually he had to pay money. So they need to get to the bottom of it, and then to shut the case closed completely. But they don't want to do that. So that's the problem they're having. She could have shut it off a long time ago while she was in office, but she used that as a bargaining chip. But the thing continues. That's the problem. Let's see here. Exclusive. Tory ex-Home Secretary Priti Patel blocked the FBI from quizzing Andrew over Epstein. Priti Patel prevented the FBI from questioning Andrew about his link to the pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, despite officers having documentary evidence suggesting he knew about sex trafficking. And then again, look what we have as a president. I think they say he was mentioned more than anybody else combined on the Epstein file. So there's that. Well, at that time, that could have helped Virginia Godfrey. Let me read some of them, but not all. Was this before or after Met Commissioner Dame Cressida destroyed all documents they had relating to claim against Prince Andrew? There's no comment. They're all up to their necks in this cover up. It's chilling. This is a serious allegation. Let's see if anyone will go down for it. All right, so there's more. She is totally wrong on. There's different branch to this for me and her position, because it seems like whenever anyone runs for office, when they doing their oath in the UK, is to the institution, it seems like, or the monarch, whatever it is. Who do they do their pledge allegiance to? When running for office and upon election, members of parliament in the UK swear a legally required oath of allegiance to the reigning monarch, King Charles, his heir and successors. Okay, successors. So they all are in line of succession. So I don't know. And this aspect and branch of discussion, when you look at and face value, I think she did what she's supposed to do, because if her oath was to King Charles, at that time the Queen, also King Charles, William, and everyone who's in line of succession. So Andrew is still in line of succession. Let's look. Let me pause again. Oh my God, I'm wasting too much time on this. Oh, what the hell? Something is happening to my computer. All right, so this is my question here. Is Prince Andrew still in line of succession? He still is. He still is. So Patel did her job. All right. The thing is that they keep on black. Yeah, that's a problem. That is a huge problem. Okay. Patel did her job, because when she did her oath, it was to protect the crown and everyone who's in line of succession of the royal family. Okay? But when you look at Harry, on the other hand, they're not protecting Harry. They're not protecting. When you look at in this aspect as well, this is another branch of discussion. The institution, the government, it seems like they're really not protecting Harry and Harry's interests, which is Meghan, his wife. Okay? Meghan she's not in line of succession, but she is part of the royal family, the wife to Prince Harry, who is still in line of succession. Let's ask Google that as well. Is Prince Harry? I already know it's yes, but for the sake of discussion. Okay, yes. Prince Harry remained in the British line of succession, currently fifth in line to the throne behind his brother, Prince William, and William's 3 children. Okay? So when they are pledging their allegiance, they're also pledging to Harry and Meghan, because Meghan is part of the royal family, as much as many of the derangers don't want to believe it. Okay? Now, the question I'm going to ask, which I know for the sake of discussion, is Meghan part of the royal family? Okay? Is Prince Harry's wife, let's say Prince Harry's Meghan Markle is part of the, let's make it specific, British royal family. Okay, there it is here. Is Prince Harry's wife, Meghan Markle, is part of the British royal family? The answer is yes. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, is part of the British royal family by marriage to Prince Harry. Okay, so all of this, when you take it into consideration, this is where they're not playing fairly. Okay, one branch, which I said Patel was doing her job to protect the institution, but the other branch as well, where the royal elected officials, like whoever, the Patel people, whatever her position was, not protecting Harry and Meghan. So this, now we could bring this discussion here. If you're protecting a pedophile, you know who have done wrong, and the FBI wants to speak with him, but you use that leverage to prevent him from speaking to the FBI. So how come you don't do that extreme to protect Harry and Meghan as well? So this is where the balance of things, we could have a discussion. You understand where I'm getting through? What I'm getting at? This is where the leverage of things, of discussion, where I have complete disagreement with her, because at that time the British media were at, really relentless at Harry and Meghan, putting her name on nonsense. She even called them to court, the papers to court, and all of that. So where was her voice to protect Harry's wife? But yet she went to that extreme, I'm talking about Patel, to use that leverage of this CIA person who killed that person, the name that I looked up, okay, to prevent Andrew from speaking to the FBI. This is where the balance of things is. You know how the UK media keeps on comparing Harry and Andrew? So this is where we come into as well. If they could do this, if Patel could do that, use her leverage of this particular person who killed a Brit citizen to prevent Andrew from speaking to the FBI, where was her voice to protect Harry's wife and Harry himself? Where was that? This is where the problem is for me here. But when you look at it in the other branch, I think she did her job in aspect, because they pledge allegiance to the royal family and succession, the crown, and all of that. This is where the problem is for me. I think this should be one video. It's 14 seconds, 14 minutes. All right, let's see some. There she is here. All right, so there's all of this. You could pause and read this. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave this video as one. What else do I have? Maybe I'll... Okay, so I have one more. Let me add one more. China Epstein file. Let's see here. Maybe I'll put this. All right, let's pause that. And that'll be it for this video. No effing way. China has the Epstein file? Mind blowing. Chinese lawyer Victor Gao claimed that China might now have access to the entire unredacted Epstein file. Now is the perfect time to fully reveal the detail of Jeffrey Epstein activities and everyone who was involved with him. They're not gonna release everything at once, okay? They know how the US people who's in office don't want this to be out. The Chinese are not stupid. They're not gonna put it out all at once. You know how the UK keep on saying drip, drip, drip? That's how they're gonna do it. All right, you don't want me to put this out? Give me this. Oh, you don't want me to put this out? Okay, then I want this from you. It's give and take. All right, leverage, just like Patel just did with the Andrew thing. All right, but at the end of the day, guess what? You don't know who else has the whole entire thing. People within the Trump administration, you know how they are, selling off all the hard work so many people have done in the past. They're selling those things off. Who knows who else have the whole entire file? But eventually it will come out. Okay, no matter what, eventually it will come out. So let's listen. It's exactly a minute. Well, 59 seconds.
Dictate to the United States or even to order around how the US troops need to be deployed. And allow me to make one point. I think it is right now the high time to expunge the evil as represented by Jeffrey Epstein and whoever who is with him. Now, this is a very important point. I do not want to go into further details. I think the evil as represented by Jeffrey Epstein need to be fully expunged in the world, including in the relations between Israel and the United States.
Does China have the files?
Well, eventually everything needs to come out to the sun. Let's wait.
Okay, I like that kind of strategic ambiguity.
Dictate to the
All right,
United
so
States.
let's see here. Let's pause here. If true, China could save the world by releasing the unredacted files literally. Yeah, they need things, all right? They don't run like the MAGAs. All right, the only way for China to have full access is because someone from the OJ leaked it to them, or probably sold it, or they hacked it. All right? Okay, China, there's that Uno reverse. All right, as an American taxpayer, I say we deserve an unredacted copy, don't you? All right, bro, if China bring... let's pause this so I don't get flagged. Bro, if China bring on the global court trial for this, we also effed. Yeah, game over. China is about to unleash Operation Unredacted Epstein Fury Files. What is that? So there's all of that. What is this? This is 2 minutes. We want the Epstein file now. Let's listen. And then that'll be it. Never mind. All right, so that is it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
We live in Naka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.